Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Bitcoin, taking a look at what's been going on most recently, what we think is likely to happen next and all that wonderful stuff. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, guys, you're missing a trick. Check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. It's also the first place that we go to update you all of urgent news and things that are happening in the crypto space. So keep a finger on the pulse of crypto by joining us down in Discord, linked in the description below. Why not check it out? Okay, let's make a start with this. Bitcoin paired up with USDT on the hourly chart. Binance is our data source here. So those are the settings if you want to replicate this out in any way. We are applying Elliott wave theory. This can be a little bit complex at times. If you're looking for more information on that, check out cheekyschool.com in the description below. Let's dive down into this though, right? Because we can see we came down just outside of our demand zone just here. Now, I was expecting this to hold this morning. I wasn't expecting it to come down quite as low as this, mainly because I was seeing too many people going short. Now, it's possible, of course, that they've just come up and got liquidated, but I can still see, if I throw this on here, this liquidity. So a lot of those shorts, if they were going there, don't look like they've actually been taken out yet. So this, to me, looks like we're probably going to be moving up into this supply range at the top here. Or no surprise there, potentially even higher as we think about that upward move. Now, there is still a lot of liquidity down here. I think this is going to remain down here for a bit longer because of this 5-wave structure here and the 3-wave collapse coming down here. My expectation still is five waves up. Okay, so all those shorts I think will get kind of grabbed out before the longs get grabbed out, and if the longs stay open for too long and all that kind of stuff. Now, let's talk about this progression to the downside. So following on from a few days ago, we were talking about how I wanted to see this come down a little bit deeper, more towards this bottom range. And the reason for that, it would have been an 88.2% retracement. 88.2% retracements typically are wave 2 retracements, meaning that this 5-wave structure here could have been a wave 1. Let me draw that up. A wave 1, this is a wave 2, and then we go up into 3, 4, and 5, right? And that could be very big for BTC. So we have pulled back down into that range. Now, if I go ahead and draw this in from the bottom here to the top here, we can see that the 88.2% retracement actually is 16,650, and we actually wicked down just below the 786, and you can see that right in here at 16,687. You can see that we're going up, pumping up now, looking to wipe out all those short positions. So I'm happy to kind of think that this is done just here. We can take a look at the momentum. We've got plenty of it to go to the upside. So yeah, I think we should be looking for 5 waves at this point to the upside. Happy to think of this as a wave 2, but it's too soon to be really sure about that. One of the things I do know that we should be thinking about will be a 5-wave structure. So a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as a bare minimum. The minimum expectation overall would be to take this 5-wave structure, map it to the end of this structure just here that we've had, and think about going up to 17,066. That would be my minimum expectation. This area does obviously coincide with our supply range just at the top here as well. So if it is a 1-to-1 ratio and it is to be an ABC structure, then that is where we're going to be looking for our rejection. Okay, so we're going to look at that as an A, B, and C structure like this. Now, if this is a wave 2 down at the bottom here, just over here, if this is a wave 2, then we should be expecting a wave 3. Wave 3's minimum expectation would be 17,311, and that is also this supply area. This is not new. This is an area that we've been talking about before as well, and something that I've been speculating as a big C wave on a bigger picture for quite some time. So again, if we were to see this as a wave 2, we've just retraced into, and now we're going up into a wave 3. We're still expecting 5 waves, but the 5 waves should at least reach 17,311. Okay, so we have our theoretical targets. Let me go ahead and actually tidy these up. Right, we're going to draw some lines on here. We're going to have our minimum expectation set here. I'll just mark that as yellow, and then I'm going to draw another one on, and I'm going to mark this one up here right about, I can draw it on, come on, there we go, right there. What I'll do is I'll just type in here 0. Actually, that's not 0. It's going to be 1.618 right in there. Okay, so I will also throw this into the left. Yeah, we'll put it over there on the left. That's fine. Okay, so that's going to be our expectation. Okay, and then down here we have our 1-to-1, And I'll go ahead and draw that in here, and I'll make this to the left as well, and we'll just go 1 to 1. Okay, so essentially here we have our 1-to-1 ratio, here we have our 1.618, and that allows us then to kind of reflect on what's going on right now. That is the next move to the upside, meaning that as long as we have a good strong position here, then a long in this could work out really well for BTC. Okay, so that's kind of what we're thinking. Now, if we do hit the 1.618, then we can go down and move up into a final fifth wave, and of course this is just going to be our supply range at the top here anyway. Okay, now if I zoom out of this and we can kind of take stock of this being our B wave high and our C wave high right up there in that kind of 1.618 territory, then of course rejection there should take us down towards our 15k areas, of which of course I've spoken before would be a bouncing area to come back up into our kind of sideways trading areas that we've been doing for quite some time here, and then collapsing down into new lower lows, more towards kind of the $13,000-$14,000 levels. And I can scale this right out so you can kind of see exactly kind of where that is looking. Okay. Now, all of this gives us pretty much a good kind of encouragement levels to kind of think, okay, we've got a little bit of a bear market rally going on. We're moving up into resistances, and then we're going to kind of move back down. But nothing moves in straight lines. So if we do move down, we find the local or the bear market low at the moment. We find that as a bit of a bouncing area. So double bottom might give some people encouragement there to kind of go long. So you might see the position here move up a bit from the previous low. There's going to be loads of buy orders around here anyway if the price does come down for a double bottom. Okay, don't be surprised if we just come down into one brief new lower low before rallying back up and then collapsing at a later date. Now, this B wave is unpredictable, so it could be really tiny, could be really big. We don't know. We'll have to measure that as time progresses. It might just be that actually we just come back up into this previous area, then come down into these lows, right? So we'll monitor that and see how it goes. But for the most part, everything that's going on right now kind of leads us into these bigger kind of pictures, these bigger kind of moves overall when it comes to BTC. So everything nesting down quite nicely here, nothing unusual, all pretty much standard stuff. If I bring up our wallet counts, we still see retail investors kind of piling in, and we are still, of course, if I get rid of that, we still have, of course, all the retail investors, all the whale and institutional investors coming out. So you can kind of see the whales here coming out of their positions. You've got the sharks actually did push up quite a bit, but have come out recently. If we take a look at the 365-day run for the whales, you can kind of see them coming out. 365-day run on the 10,000 Bitcoin wallets. Again, these are in bear markets, they accumulate and then they flood the market later. And that would look like this. So this is what happened in 2018, right? They rally up and then basically they accumulate and then they flood the market, bringing in the bear market lows down here. Okay, and so where we are right now is still in that accumulative phase, and we're still seeing retail or whale investors coming out. And the only thing that we're doing at the moment across these larger 365-day views is seeing retail continue to pile in. And until retail investors come out, I'm not expecting the whale investors to come in. Okay, there's always a buyer and there's always a seller. Now, to kind of balance all these wallets out, we have to understand that what impacts one of these wallets will impact another to a degree. Okay, so up on the larger side here, this is over 10,000 Bitcoin, right? So there are 117 wallets that have over 10,000 Bitcoin, okay? And there are currently down here 2,035 wallets with over 1,000 Bitcoin, okay? And then over this side you have 16,000 wallets that have over 100 Bitcoin. So when you see these guys kind of moving up a bracket, they're noticeable. And likewise, when these ones kind of come out of this bracket and go into this bracket, I mean, these are already in, they're all inclusive, right? So it's over 1,000 Bitcoin, which means this particular whale wallet has already got included the 117 Kraken wallets, right? This allows us to balance it. It basically means that we can take a look at the retail wallets and see, okay, well, if these guys are buying, where are they buying it from, right? And someone's got to be selling it if these guys are buying it. And then you can obviously go into the whale wallets and you can say, okay, well, who has been selling recently in order to flood the market or give people the ability to buy? And so following these wallets will give us quite a bit of insight into the buying and selling, the supply and the demand aspects of BTC. And that's incredibly vital when we start thinking about where we are going to be pushing to on some of these thresholds before we really kind of start seeing some fluctuations in the space, okay? So essentially, I do think we're going to be pulling down more, and we are still waiting for retail investors to sell their Bitcoin back to the institutional investors, and that isn't happening anytime soon, in my opinion. It could be another 3 months before we start seeing that kind of action. But we're We're going to be monitoring the charts, we'll be monitoring the on-chain data, and we'll be keeping everyone up to date via Twitch and via YouTube and in the Discord server, as many different platforms as we possibly can, to make sure that you're all in the know with what I think is likely to go on here with BTC and with the crypto space as time progresses. So hopefully you have found this brief update on Bitcoin useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, check it out, linked in the description below. I don't think you'll regret it. Until the next one, guys, have a fantastic day.